what a night, what a main event for Aew Dynamite. It is currently 11:47 p.m., so we didn't reach the midnight yet, but absolutely great main event. And essentially you'll see in the thumbnail all the champions retained. This isn't WWE where you're gonna see a lot of title changes. They're gonna make the titles prestigious, mean something, and so when you take the titles off, it's gonna mean something. So they're not gonna devalue the championship. So I don't know, quite a few people upset, I guess, especially during the Orange Cassidy match and the maybe as the show as a whole. But I gotta say, like, in this time we're in with COVID, it's like, and right now there's only a little bit of crowds, but trust me, when AEW gets their full crowds back, it's going to absolutely be spectacular. You're going to have the fans make these matches, because I generally think it's not even that the matches are bad. I just think that they think it's boring because they just can't watch wrestling without a crowd. That's really what it is. But so I don't know, man. I really enjoyed the show. I think most people did. The main event was absolutely match of the night. The main event was fucking great. So, that really, Eddie Kingston, Moxley, Lance Archer, everyone involved, like, it was a great show. But so the show, I think the show started off with like a video package of how AEW in their first year, how well they did, and man, well, you had a lot of moments just for 1 year, and I am absolutely so happy to be a fan of this company. I can actually go promote it and not be embarrassed, and fucking just, I can just be happy to promote this shit. Oh yeah, you watched this shit? Yo, I watched this. Like, this is such good shit. Like, I absolutely love this company. But so the show started off with that, and then you had FTR versus Best Friends for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Obviously, like I said, you knew FTR won. You had it was a pretty good match, but so you had at one point, what was it called? It was Best Friends. They were knocked into the video arcade shit, and so this would lead to later on, but Miro and Kip Sabian were there, and so they got hit, but FTR didn't want to count out, so FTR, which is weird because they're also heels, but whatever. So you had FTR, they have Best Friends in the ring, and then I don't remember who it was, but I think it was Chuck Taylor. He got hit with the championship belt, and so FTR took the W because the referee was blinded. So that was pretty that was pretty good stuff. But I don't know, some people didn't like the ending. I don't know why. FTR is heel. I think the other, when FTR didn't want to take the count out, I thought, that was kind of foolish on them because they're heels. But yeah, people didn't like the ending for some reason. I don't know. It was good heel thing. So after the match, you then had Miro and Kip Sabian. They beat up Best Friends, and then this led to Miro and Kip Sabian versus Lee Johnson and Sean Maluda. And obviously, Kip Sabian and Miro won. Miro did his submission move that we all know from WWE. And so then you had MJF come out for his announcement. MJF was like, all right, let's go get Chris Jericho. He got Sammy Guevara his jacket, so that was good to see. But so he wanted the Inner Circle. MJF was buttering up Chris Jericho, and so you had MJF. He was just like he was trying to say, oh, we need something because we need to adapt. And MJF was talking about a couple weeks ago. He was talking about how he needed a group. And so he was like, yo, Chris, we need to evolve. We need to adapt. And he was trying to say, yo, I want to. And so he was like, he couldn't utter the words. He was like, I want to join the Inner Circle. And so this led to very, very funny stuff. This led to Ortiz say, no. And Chris Jericho was like, hold on, guys. Like, come on. And so Chris Jericho's like, I love Chris Jericho. These two are phenomenal. These two are gold together. So Chris Jericho, he's like, you know what? Next week, you and me, one-on-one, we will go to a dinner, a steak dinner. We'll have a steak dinner. And they both said it like angrily, and it was absolutely gold, man. But MJF wants to join the Inner Circle, and you're gonna see like it's gonna happen. From what my booking, how I see it, and how I would probably do it myself, is you're gonna have MJF using the Inner Circle, and then Chris Jericho catches on, and then they're gonna feud. So that's gonna eventually happen. Then you had some fucking segment. I don't know, man. It was a Britt Baker segment with Tony Schiavone. If you watch AEW, you know that they've had a thing since like the very beginning, where she just like teases him and shit like that. She called him a shitty Starbucks barista, this and that. So they have their thing, and they had, it was like someone said in my group chat, like, it was like a 40-year-old virgin type skit where, they're getting like, I don't even know what getting waxed or some shit. She was like, oh shit, you're naked. And I don't even know what the fuck happened. I think Britt Baker has a match next week. I don't know, man. It was just kind of weird shit. Wasn't feeling that shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Then you had Cody versus Orange Cassidy. So this is the match where everyone's like, what the fuck? But I don't get it. I don't get it. They're saying, look, Orange Cassidy needs a W, right? This and that. Okay, fine. But would you rather Orange Cassidy take a pin? Lose? I don't understand. So, Cody looked, Orange Cassidy looked great in this match. I think at one point he was kayfabe injured, or it was a real injury, I don't know. But at one point, Orange Cassidy couldn't put away Cody and vice versa. And so it went to a time draw. Now, I don't know. Like, this was to protect Orange Cassidy. And now that we're finding out there's going to be a rematch in 2 weeks. So we'll see. But the winner of this match, or not even this match, because now but whoever ends up being the champion will be facing Darby Allin for the TNT title at Full Gear. So Darby Allin was at ringside for this, but yeah. And then you had Matt Hardy at ringside with his family, especially Rebby Sky, whatever the fuck you want to call her, Rebby Hardy. And he gave like a medical update. And I'm not gonna say, like, it kind of was anticlimactic, because this, it cut to the Titantron, and I thought someone was gonna debut or some shit, or like the way they made it seem. So I don't know, man, but I don't know. They had some guy in a hoodie, like, talking about Matt Hardy. You know, he's gonna get his revenge and this and that. And it ended up being Sammy Guevara, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting my revenge." You know, I was the one that attacked you. So they're gonna fight again. This is gonna be the feud, and I guess he's gonna put Matt Hardy's gonna put Sammy Guevara over. So there you go for that one. Then, all right. So now there was a segment with, like, I think all the tag teams, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's a couple tag teams. And they did like a little lottery thing. And the lottery thing was 4 teams got called, and whoever got called would be in the main event. Whoever got picked would be in the main event. Not in the main event, I'm sorry. I don't fucking know. I think the match is next week, and whoever wins faces FTR for the championships at Full Gear. Now, Private Party won. Dark Order got picked. Butcher and Blade got picked. And who else got picked last? The Young Bucks. So the Young Bucks are going to be in this match. And I'm predicting, like, we're getting FTR versus Young Bucks at Full fucking Gear. That's what I'm thinking. And this is the match. This is the match that everyone wanted to see. And now it looks like it's going to be possible. So don't be surprised if Young Bucks win next week. So... And then they, like, how do you say it? Then they went into the ring with all the 4 competitors, including FTR, and then Young Bucks were like, "Oh, we're not gonna super kick you or some shit. We're gonna super kick," and then they super kicked. I think it was Butcher, Blade, and or it was one member from Butcher, Blade, and Dark Order, I believe. Oh, no, Private Party, I'm sorry. Private Party and, like, Butcher, Blade. So, well, one of them, they super kicked them, and then, everyone scattered. So, there you go for that one. Throughout the night, you had Lance Archer beating up Jon Moxley, vice versa. They went at it. So this led to later on the match being a no DQ match, which obviously protect Lance Archer. And it great move because the match was absolutely fucking great. So then you had Hikaru Shida versus Big Swole, AEW Women's Championship. Again, I don't know. You know, I don't know what to say with the women's division, but, you know, I guess they got to do this, but, you know, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. But obviously you had Hikaru Shida. She beat Big Swole, and the person to beat Hikaru Shida is Britt Baker, and Britt Baker needs to then make that belt prestigious and make it, you know, make it great. But yeah, she was there. Oh, the tournament for the number 1 contender for the World's Championship, that tournament is starting next week. And in the first round, you're getting Pentagon versus Phoenix. That is going to be fucking fantastic. But then you also have Kenny Omega and Hangman Page on the opposite side of the bracket. So you know that's going to happen. You know that's going to be in the finals. So and that's going to be at Full Gear probably. I wouldn't be surprised. And then you have for the match, Eddie Kingston come out with the Lucha Bros. And yeah, I think it was only the Lucha Bros. I didn't see Butcher Blade. So they were at ringside. No, they were in commentary, ready for Jon Moxley versus Lance Archer. And man, what a fucking match. You know, they brought I think they used tables, chairs, and you know, this is absolutely great. This was way better than what happened with Jon Moxley versus Jake Hager in that no holds bar match. Like, they barely used any weapons in this and that. It was so fucking boring and shit. There was no like crowd, not even the wrestlers. So, but this one was absolutely great. And you had Lance Archer did his like finishing move on Jon Moxley. And he went to pin Jon Moxley. I think it got up to 2, and then Jon Moxley in like a cross type pin. He was able to to craftily pin Lance Archer. And so that was 1, 2, 3. And then you had Lance Archer was trying to beat up Jon Moxley, but then you had Eddie Kingston, and he sicked the Lucha Bros on Lance Archer, hit him with a chair, but then Lance Archer didn't feel it. He was like, he brushed it off, but Jake Roberts, he just held him back. So they went to the back, and so Eddie Kingston was then, like, we're boys, we're homies, there's no beef, this and that. He was buttering up Jon Moxley. He's like, yo, give the champ his belt. Give the champ his belt, man. And they gave him the belt, and then, they all raised his hands, Evolution style. And then Eddie Kingston beat up Jon Moxley, choked him out. And that was essentially the show. And that ending was absolutely great. The main event was great. Especially from last week's main event. What a main event. And the last couple of minutes of the segment, that was absolutely great. And this is obviously leading to Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley for the title at Full Gear. Now, what's going to be the stipulation, I guess, for the anniversary? Maybe they do the Lights Out match again. And in this time, they won't be in that state. I don't even know. I think they were in Maryland for Full Gear last year. And they got hit with a lawsuit because of blood or some shit. So they're going to be in Florida this year, and so it shouldn't be an issue. So they could do the Lights Out match, and that'll be great. If not, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, but they need to protect Eddie Kingston because he's not going to win. You know who the fuck is going to win at Revolution. It's probably going to be at Revolution. Kenny Omega is going to take the title off of him, so there you go. What an absolute great match, great main event, and great show. I absolutely love it. The first year. So if you like what you saw, leave it a thumbs up, please. Share with your friends, family, subscribe, and turn those notification bells on. And I'll see you guys